Good afternoon, my mate. Thank you for the videos. Really some good looking stuff there. I'm very, very impressed. You definitely seem to adapt what I'm saying and doing your draws and that very, very quickly. Okay, so I'm super, super impressed. And I think your swinging and your technique and your movement patterns are better than what the shots they are producing. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of that today. But I'm really, really excited as to where you are and where we're going with this thing. Okay, really, really looks good. All right, so from your video views there, we can see a lot of really good stuff. Okay, you've adapted the body rotation, the releasing of the right foot, okay, and the arms and club completing that circle. You have adapted that absolutely beautifully. All right, we saw those results a little bit inconsistent. Okay, look, some of that it's a new move. Okay. But a lot of it is setup related. Okay, so obviously the first thing we did in the setup, trying to get the correct tilt, balance points in the feet, that was to stop that right hip, which is not even there anymore. Don't worry about that. But we can see in the one video, it's like a slightly longer iron, okay, but you're quite far from that golf ball. All right, and then in general, aiming right, which is kind of what I said you do, because obviously when you do this at first, some of them are going to come back to the left, but you're aiming right, but the face is still aiming square. So actually that means the face is closed to you. Okay, so the face is there, even though the hips, shoulders, and feet are off to the right, but the face is there. Okay, so that's setting up for quite a big draw. Okay, so that is kind of predominantly what's going to happen. All right, on top of that, and don't worry too much about that, but on top of that, still a bit upright, causing some heel and fin and toe hits. Okay, not too stressed with that. We're going to leave that for this week. The more you're moving correctly and on the circle, it's going to kind of fix itself. We will need to work on it, but it's going to kind of fix itself. All right, so that is where we're at. Really love what's going on. We just need to tweak a little bit, okay, and keep gaining some confidence with what we are doing. All right, okay, mostly tweak the setup. Okay. All right, so we want to learn to aim that face square to the body. So aim the face a little bit to the right as well. Really focus on the bottom of the club. All right, this will bleed into the short game as well, and that is where we want to start. Okay, so do your functional warm-ups with the helicopters. Okay, that's obviously to learn the turning in your posture. Okay, your pivots, that means your hips and shoulder rotations. Okay, so hips, shoulders. Okay, again, it's going to teach you the correct angles. Also going to teach you to stay in your posture. Stay equidistant from the golf ball. All right, and then your little L2Ls. Okay, so that's to teach you how to release and obviously start working on the short game. All right, but with those little L2Ls, with your 58 degree, I want you to learn just to tweak the face a little bit open. So really concentrate on the bottom of the face and just tweak it a little bit open, 2 or 3 degrees. Use your left hand a little bit. Okay. And then out to out, but see if you can swing a little bit out to in. So you're exiting left. So the face is open. I'm obviously exaggerating here. Face is open. And you're exiting left on your little L to L. Okay. Doesn't matter if you do it or not. Just kind of try it out. It's going to be uncomfortable for you. Okay. Because obviously we always want to swing this way. Okay. So that's your little warm up. Okay. Then first drill, okay, very similar to complete the circle drill. Like it's an adaptation of that. Okay, complete the circle drill. So we want the same idea of body, arms, and club going to the left. All right? But we're working on it in terms of the start line. Okay, so what we do is put a ball or a tee or something out there just on the left of the target line. Okay? And we want the body and arms to go left of that ball, and the ball you're hitting to go to the right of it. That makes sense. Okay. You can obviously use a tee as well, and you can use it to help you aim as well. So you can aim the face over there. Correct posture distance from the ball. Right, so club's going left, ball must go right. Okay, use your instincts. Okay, and bloody game, and the ball goes straight. Okay, so body goes left, ball starts a little bit right, and that's actually how we hit the ball straight. Okay, a little bit more than that, but you kind of get the idea that I'm talking about. Okay, so a little bit of start line drill, completing the circle. You can't put that tee or ball too close. You need a little bit of room. Doesn't matter if you're using a ball or a tee. Okay, it's a good meter back. Okay, and that's to allow the club to miss it. We don't want to hit it on our follow through. Okay, so that's the first drill. All right, and then our second drill is space drill. Okay, this is more of a field-based drill. So again, obviously a little bit of setup related. Sometimes getting a little bit narrow and into out still. Okay, we saw in the one video there, and you saw in the other video there, right? Pretty good. All right, so what we're trying to do is just create a little bit of space here. And essentially what we're trying to say is we just want to keep the body where it is so it doesn't get cramped. Keep the body where it is and allow ourselves to swing a little bit inside, but exit on the inside rather than narrow and swinging out there. Okay, so all we're trying to do is create a little bit of space here throughout the swing. Right, throughout the swing. So the hips kind of have to stay back a little bit, especially on the downswing. Chest has to stay a little bit over. So we swing with a little bit of space here. Okay. Right, so obviously forcing it a little bit there to show you, and you can see how that also will help the posture. All right, reason that ball goes a little bit left, okay, because I didn't finish my rotation. So don't worry if a couple go left, it's just a drill. You will learn the different feel of that versus that. Okay, so just a little bit of space through the hip there. Okay, I really want to see videos of that. All right, and then just watch that face in the setup. Carry on with what you're doing in terms of the swing path and completing the circle. Things are looking fantastic. I'm super happy. Right, thank you, my mate. Let me know if you have any questions. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'll talk to you later.